Hello, everybody. My name is Winter, and I want to talk to you guys about Kelly Stamps, our hero. Kelly Stamps, our beloved president of Stampede University, is our hero today. And I want to tell you why. I enrolled in Stampede University in 2020 and have been devoted to my studies, so much so that I have taken on this extra credit assignment of providing to you all today, dear classmates, a video venerating our revered president. Kelly Stamps has had her YouTube channel since 2017. She reached 500 subscribers in 2019. She reached 1,000 subscribers on April 22nd, 2019, 5,000 subscribers in November of 2019, 10,000 subscribers in January of 2020, 100,000 subscribers May 1st, 2020, and 500,000 subscribers on December 19th, 2020. And her channel now sits at 626,000 subscribers. You heard me right. She has over 500,000 subscribers and did this in just under a year. But what did I just say before all this? She has had her YouTube channel since 2017 and was making videos in 2017. Now, a lot of her older videos have been privated or just completely deleted, and I just want to talk about that. That is totally fine. I believe that when you find your groove with YouTube and when a video of yours on YouTube becomes very popular and your channel starts to grow, and even if you don't have that big, super huge moment on YouTube, but a video just starts to do well and you start to grow, I think it's completely fine to delete your older videos or even private them and reinvent your YouTube channel and remarket yourself and rebrand yourself. One thing that was so awesome about Kelly Stamps is that once her channel, gained popularity, and she started making more videos about how she was growing on YouTube and what she was noticing about her growth on YouTube. One thing that is really cool and that she has always made extremely clear to us is that she has always taken her YouTube channel very seriously and has always acted as if it was a second job or a part-time job. She knew it would be a slow build. She never approached her YouTube channel as something that she thought would just become $1 million channel overnight, but it did happen. The thing is, she knew that the more you are consistent, but the more you are yourself and the more you just do it, like just upload the video, the better you will become. And that's why she's our hero, okay? She dedicated herself to being herself. In previous and now private videos, Kelly used to do hair reviews. Yes, Kelly Stamps doing wig and weave reviews seems very out of place now. I mention this because I want to highlight her growth on YouTube. Most Black women on YouTube find themselves pigeonholed into the beauty realm, and most of us will start there just to get our foot in the door when it comes to YouTube. And even Kelly did it. Even Kelly Stamps, to get her foot in the door of YouTube, to figure out what kind of videos her audience would like, right? What kind of audience she could even draw and attract to herself. Even she fell into what I like to call the trap, right, for Black women in YouTube, which is I'll make beauty content. We don't all need to be making beauty content, and there's nothing wrong with beauty content, but I just feel like most Black women, when they get on YouTube, feel that they either have to be the wig girl, they have to be the hair girl, just in any regard. My channel has to be about hair, makeup, or fashion, right? Or Mod Podge of the three, lump it into lifestyle, even when they are not interested in that at all. We feel like we have to do that at first, and then slowly but surely, we'll start to show our true selves. And then when we do, people think that we're abandoning, what got us to where we are in the first place. And it's like, I never even liked that stuff to begin with. I just knew that that's what people come for. And Kelly Stamps, although she did it, I'm not sure if this is the best word to use, but she abandoned it quite quickly. She really figured out, this is not the content I want to make. It's fine. People enjoy this content, but it's not the content I want to make. And then once her channel blew up, she also said, yeah, I'm not going to leave that content up because I don't even want y'all to get comfortable thinking that that's the kind of content I want to make. All right. So her channel really took off when she dedicated herself to being herself. You can call it weird, quirky, strange, whatever. Okay. Kelly Stamps is being Kelly Stamps and profiting. She is profiting by just being Kelly freaking Stamps. And she's our hero because of that, okay? She is our hero because with every upload, she's reminding this Black woman, me, to show up as myself and profit. Okay, Kelly Stamps embraces every side of herself at all times on camera, and we eat it up. We eat it up, and I love that for her. Bettering yourself, leveling up, and being unapologetic about it, I believe, is Kelly Stamps' brand. You can like her, you can love her, you can think she's weird, you can think she's quirky. People sometimes call her an Oreo because of how she expresses her blackness and her identity and her black womanhood. I don't like that term Oreo at all. Neither does she. So please don't call Kelly Stamps an Oreo. But that also goes to show you all that anytime that black women tap into everything that makes us as versatile as we are, we have to be called a name. It's almost as if you don't perform these monolithic ways of being a black woman, then you don't get to fit in. You don't get to be a part of the club. You have to be this outsider, right, inside of your own community. And I think that's very strange. All black people are not the same. All awkward black girls, right? Shout out to Issa Rae. All awkward black girls, all quirky black girls are not the same. And we need to respect that. Here's the thing. Kelly Stamps was super huge on minimalism. I say was because she herself has made a point to say, she's not being as minimalistic in her life and with her purchases as she used to be. A lot of her minimalism came out of, I believe, necessity for what she was trying to do and how she was trying to grow, not only on YouTube and in her personal finances, but just in her life. I just believe that minimalism was something that was somewhat of a necessity in that time. And now it's not something she really needs to do anymore. And clearly, she's not doing it very much anymore. In her current home, I said home weird, home, in her current home in Florida, she lives in Florida now. It's a much larger space. Kelly used to not live in large spaces, and it wasn't because she couldn't afford them. At a point, it was because she couldn't afford these larger spaces, but then even when she could, she would still prefer to live in the smaller spaces, for the sake of minimalism. She has now allowed herself to live into a larger space. She now has allowed herself to buy much more clothing. She has allowed herself to really lean into her riches, lean into the fruit of her labor, the bounty of her harvest. And I really love that for her. And I love that she's sharing that with us. Okay. Now, while her success isn't necessarily groundbreaking when compared to the likes of, Emma Chamberlain or like Joanna. I don't know if you guys know Joanna, but I love Joanna. But what Kelly has achieved isn't common either. I mean, think about it. How quickly do we see black women get that big on YouTube? Not often. It is not often that we see black women. Doesn't matter what, niche they are marketing themselves towards. It's just not often that we see anybody in general, it's not often that we see anybody gain 500,000 subscribers in about a year. It's not, right? But when it comes to trying to succeed on these social media platforms, it's really easy. It is really easy, really easy to succumb to the idea that it's just too late. The platform is oversaturated. Everyone is on it. Everyone is doing it. And Kelly didn't let that stop her, and you don't need to let that stop you. And that's also why she's our hero, because I feel like her videos always have this undertone of you need to just try it and see if you like it. And if you like it, you need to stick with it. I feel like that's kind of been the continued narrative in all of Kelly Stamps' uploads. If you were to put them all together and just like watch them all the way through, I think that the underlying tone and the underlying message is you need to just try it and see if you like it. And then if you do, you need to keep rolling with it, right? Now, we need to really lean in and learn from creators like Kelly Stamps, okay, who have defied the odds, right? She has defied the odds. She never gave up, and she defied the odds. Like I said, her channel dates back to 2 years ago, but it wasn't even until July of 2019 that she started earning money. And y'all, it wasn't buku bucks. It was like 90 cents here, $3 there. Kelly has even said herself, maintaining a YouTube channel will remind you of your past relationships, putting in a lot of work and getting nothing in return. I know that's like, but it's real, In the early stages, sis basically made pennies. She said if she was lucky, she'd make like $2 or $3. But she was proud of that, and she was grateful for that. And she always expressed this gratitude and this achievement and being proud in her videos. And I love that because that's what helped me keep going. That's what helps me to this day keep going. It is a journey. Okay, on YouTube, X amount of time will not equal X amount of income. YouTube is a platform where, listen, somebody can start their channel today and tomorrow have 1 million subscribers, or have 1,000 subscribers, or have none. It's that kind of a platform. It's a platform where one of your videos can make you $20,000, and another video with almost the same number of views can make you only $1,000 or 10. It's just that kind of a platform. So X amount of time will not equal X amount of income. Some people, even X amount of subscribers doesn't even equal X amount of income. People think sometimes if you got 100K subscribers, you're making the most money. Y'all, there are people with 5,000 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers and 20,000 subscribers making more money than people who have 100,000 subscribers. This is because this is just the kind of platform that YouTube is. It's about how you leverage it and how you're using it and what you're doing it, right? Because you have no boss, there are no guarantees of getting paid for the work you put in. So sure, the sky is the limit and your income potential, but that comes at the price of, more often than not, barely getting paid in the early stages of building. And you have to be comfortable with that. And Kelly has always expressed that she is comfortable with that because she saw that the gradual progress, right, the gradual progression of her channel is what was going to allow her to win. If we want to talk in financials, we want to just talk in numbers about subscribers and things like that, right? Another thing that Kelly Stamps did that was so amazing, and she did not let, not having the most beautiful setup hold her back. Not at all. Honestly, in the beginning, even when I started watching her videos, the setup wasn't always that great. The quality wasn't always that great. The audio wasn't always that great. But I didn't really care because, first of all, that's what made her, to use this word, relatable. But that's what made her relatable. It was okay, sis is raking in views and she's just sitting in front of a wall at her desk or in her bed or whatever she was doing, using her iPhone. And it was cool. And then she would upgrade and it was still cool because even with all of the upgrades she's made and the tech she uses for her videos, the essence of, listen, y'all, this is the footage I got. This is how I put it together. Here's a couple of voiceovers. Here's me interjecting every now and then. Here's some footage. Boom, boom, bang. I'm here. You enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making the video for you. And I love y'all. Okay, peace. I'll be back. That's the energy that I get from all her videos. And I love that. I love that. Everything doesn't have to be super polished and be super, she's just I'm just here. I'm showing up. I'm showing up for myself, but I'm also showing up for all of you. And that's a beautiful thing. On this channel, what I'm doing with this series right now is I just want to highlight the Black women who make me happy on YouTube and who have taught me things about myself by just being themselves. That's really all it is. That is really all it is. But I want to get back to that point of her treating YouTube as a part-time job. Kelly Stamps said, so I treat YouTube kind of like it's a part-time job, and that's how you become successful at it. Even when it's not making you money, you just got to stay on top of it. Be consistent, right? When many other creators enter YouTube hoping to become a success, Kelly Stamps from the start was always very intentional in making her YouTube channel a profitable source of income. Although she started her channel in 2017, she did not start earning until 2019, and the earnings were not large even in 2019. 2020 is really when her earnings started to become large. But no matter what she was earning, and even when she was not earning anything at all, she took her channel seriously. She showed up and she was consistent. That's why she's our hero. She showed us how to keep doing this even when you feel like, oh, it's not working or it's not blowing up. And 2017, okay, y'all, was what? 18, 19, 20, 21. 2017 was 4 years ago. Kelly Stamps has been working at this for 4 years. So that speaks to the point of there is no such thing as an overnight success. And Kelly Stamps wasn't afraid to be seen trying. Like I said, yeah, she privated some of the videos, her older videos, and deleted them, but she has grown, okay? She has blossomed. She is a different woman now. The Kelly Stamps of even tomorrow is not the same Kelly Stamps of today. That is the point. So she's allowed to do that, and she has grown, and I love that for her. Some people think that it's too much effort in the early stages of building a YouTube channel. to keep track of everything that's happening with your channel. But sometimes when it comes to our endeavors, we're afraid to take things this seriously, because if we fail, at least we can comfort ourselves with the thought of, well, it's not like I even tried that hard, right? Kelly Stamps has been keeping track of her follower count, her earnings, everything, all her analytics on her own time, right? In Excel spreadsheets, ever since she made the choice to be like, this is going to earn me money. Does it make sense that if you believe that building a following on YouTube can change your life, right? Does it make sense? Yes, it makes sense. It does make sense. If that makes sense, you know what that means? You have to get serious about it. You have to know your why. And she knew her why. Kelly knew what she wanted from day one. All right? She has said in a video, clearly this working for other people isn't working, right? It isn't working out. This going to school on a budget thing isn't really my jam. The point is I changed my lifestyle. I've actually dropped the idea that this is the only way, a 9 to 5, and this is what everyone else is doing. And instead, I'm doing what I feel is good for me. Listen. That sounds like such a simple statement, yet it's so hard for us to actually move like that. It is so hard for us to actually move in, I'm doing what I feel is good for me. But look at what happens when you do what you feel is good for you. You win. Okay, peace of mind is the greatest of all riches that you can ever have. And Kelly Stamps she has her peace of mind. She's getting her peace of mind, and she gets more and more every single time that she remains authentically herself and shows up for us. She is unapologetically herself, okay? You might think that you don't have a personality for YouTube, but listen to me. Yes, you do. Kelly Stamps is not this loud, bubbly person showing up doing all these gimmicks and pranks and this, that, and the third. She also isn't doing the big lavish thing. Kelly Stamps is literally herself. People describe her voice as kind of being mundane. Her humor is dry. These are the reasons why I like her, because I can kind of be like that myself. But that is not the kind of personality that we would liken to a successful person on YouTube. Usually you think of very successful people on YouTube. They're loud, they're bright, they're bubbly, they're out there. Kelly Stamps is not that. But also, there's a lot of people in the world who are not like that. So also, doesn't it make sense that over 500,000 of us subscribe to her? Come on, okay? One of the most distinguishing things about Kelly Stamps is her personality. Her personality couldn't be more of the opposite from your typical cookie-cutter over-the-top YouTube persona. She literally, the reason why we love her so much, the reason why she's our hero is because of her monotonous, when I tell y'all, she's so monotone sometimes, so monotone. But I love it. That dry sense of humor. I love it, okay? I love when she does the whole, The Office, looks into the camera type thing, breaks the third wall. I love it. Oh, my God. I know. Okay, but YouTube is a science, and you can't do the same thing all the time. And someone who has a personality like that sometimes can get stuck into that routine of doing the same thing all the time. So she knew when to pivot. Kelly Stamps knew when to pivot her content and start doing, some different things, some different things, because there was a point where she didn't really understand why she wasn't getting enough views, right? She got frustrated. And what frustrated her was when her views took an obvious hit. There's a thing about YouTube. You can and will, I'm going to speak this on everybody who's watching this video who are creators on YouTube. You can and will experience that moment of when a video of yours gets picked up by the algorithm and takes off. And in that moment, you experience exponential growth. That means your subscriber count starts going up, your views start going up, your watch time starts going up, and you can maintain and sustain that for some time. How long? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's going to be for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Again, YouTube, it can be, it's a, I like to call YouTube a living platform. So it's always changing. It's always growing. It's always evolving. Who knows? But the point is, at some point, that exponential growth will plateau. And so you are going to have to do something. You're going to have to know when to pivot to make it, not to say make it happen again, but make it something that isn't just a one-time thing. So you're not a one-hit wonder. You have to know when to pivot. You have to know when to pivot. So Kelly Stamps started doing different kind of videos. I would say a lot of her videos were kind of focused on her being inside. They were centered in her room. She used to have roommates, right? So like that's a whole thing. Once she got her own apartment, she still kind of made her content like very like home-based. Then she started going outside. She started exploring where she went. She started moving around a lot. She's lived in Boston. She's lived in New York. Florida is now where she currently lives. Like, she's lived a lot of places. But even documenting those journeys and the moving process and changing apartments many times, that was a pivot in content. That wasn't the kind of content we were seeing from her. And it wasn't that she wasn't doing it before. It just wasn't her content. But boom, you pivot, you have some new content. You have some new content. Because if you persist with producing the same kind of content that got you popular, right? No, like, it only got you popular for a moment. I don't apologize for saying that. That's the reality of it. The thing that got you popular will have you popular and keep you popular for a moment. But what is the next thing you're going to do? This is not about trying to overwork yourself to top yourself. It's just find the things that you can sustain. Find the things that you can sustain. Because Kelly Stamps almost quit YouTube. Like, she for real almost quit it. Because YouTube isn't the easiest of things to sustain at times. But I'm glad that she didn't. I'm glad that she stayed. Because she's my hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's my hero. Kelly Stamps don't care about your opinions. Like, Kelly Stamps doesn't care about your judgment. She don't care about your little rude little comment. Sis is being herself and profiting. Who can be mad at that? And then on top of that, she's being herself and profiting. And she's being vocal about it. Okay? She don't care. She literally doesn't care. Like, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but sis is living her life, okay? As you see in the video, sis be figure skating. Like, sis be living her life. She also is really into aviation. Like, that's flying planes and stuff. Like, sis, I think she's studying, or she is a pilot. By the time this video is out, one of the two things has happened, but like, she can fly a plane. She was like an aviation club. Like, she's really cool. Like, Kelly Stamps is really, really awesome. I think that's also why I'm really into her content and like her, because it's just so different. Like, one day she's uploading a video about her figure skating. Next day she's uploading a video about aviation classes and becoming a pilot. Next day she's talking about tiramisu and just sitting on the couch. Like, it's just fun, real content of someone who leveraged all of their privileges in life. And let me make one thing clear to you. If you are watching this video, you have so many privileges in your life. And you need to take account of them. That's what I mean when I say privileges, right? She took advantage of the privilege of having an iPhone and a MacBook Pro and the knowledge of iMovie, right? That's all she did. If you want to break it down to the bare minimum things, that's all Kelly Stamps did. She took advantage of the devices she had in front of her, took advantage of the situation she was in, even when she didn't like it at times, right? And said, I'm going to profit because I have to change things in my life because I want a different experience for my life. And that's great. That's amazing, right? That is amazing. That's amazing. So all I'm here to say is Kelly Stamps is real, right? Kelly Stamps is a Black woman, and Kelly Stamps is standing in her truth, and she's our hero. She's our hero. She has this really cool playlist. It's called 1-800-STAMPS Tech Support. It's a playlist. And it's basically her like how-to guide of starting a YouTube channel, why you should start a YouTube channel, and what you should do. She's even said, you can start a YouTube channel at any time. Don't focus on what you can't do, but instead on what you can do differently from others. And I would add to that, figure out what it is that you're not seeing on YouTube and do that. If there's something that you're looking for on YouTube and you can't seem to find it, like you can't quite find that exact video you're looking for, make the video. And there you go, boom. That's your niche. That's what you do. That's why we now come to your channel. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. I'm gonna be super excited when like people can travel again, because I know Kelly wants to like do a world tour and live in other places and like I'm just excited to see her content grow. I'm excited to see what she does. I'm just excited to see how the Stampede University will expand and what other departments will be added, okay, and what we will be putting in the curriculum, because we are a very strong class, okay, students. We are an amazing, talented group of people, and I'm just so very glad that you all came over to this side of the internet to listen to me speak for some time about Kelly Stamps being our hero. She's our hero. She defied the odds, and she continues to do it, and she continues to make it, and she's unapologetic about it. Okay? She's unapologetic about it. Right? Kelly Stamps' Black existence on YouTube literally is a form of resistance. I think why people sometimes also are uncomfortable by her are uncomfortable by her content is because, again, like, it's not typical Black girl content, but like, it doesn't have to be. And also, the Black experience is not a monolith. Like, she's a young woman who is a figure skater. I also figure skated. Like, she did ballet. She was a rhythmic gymnast. Like, aviation club and young pilots association, like, you know, like, she's lived a life, and she's living a life, and she wants to share it. And I really hope, and I really want to encourage more of us who are just living lives that we maybe aren't seeing all the time in media, to be ourselves and profit by simply sharing those experiences, because there are other people that are also sharing your experience, and even if they're not, they appreciate and value your experience, because your experience is one of value. And over 500,000 people feel that Kelly Stamps' contribution is valuable. Over 500,000 people have decided that Kelly Stamps' experience is valuable to them, is of value to them. So I promise you, starting a YouTube channel today, you're doing it right on time, sweetheart. You are doing it right on time. Don't let anybody tell you that you are hopping in the game late. You sure not. You sure are not. It's been 4 years for Kelly Stamps. 4 years. I don't know what she's gonna do next, but I'm gonna support. If she makes some jewelry, whatever, I'll buy it, an ebook. I don't care. I'm gonna support, because she shows up as herself every day. And as a Black woman, that is a form of resistance. They always want us to put on characters, and she has refused to accept any of those characters. Okay, in the beginning, she tried to lean into it. She tried to play the role. And then she said, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. It doesn't feel good to me. I don't like it. You know, like, I don't like it. So I love it. I say you all should support her. If you never knew of Kelly Stamps beforehand, I hope you get to know her now. I hope you support her now. I hope you go check out her channel. Thank you for listening to this video, okay? You're blessed and abundant, and that's all I have for today. All right, I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later, probably tomorrow. I don't really know. Anyway, love y'all. Peace and blessings and abundance to you.